Machiavelli, 1469 to 1527. As a large advocate for a healthy amount of war and power, I believe I also offered strategies for solving problems and for leadership skills. For example, in my daily walks and horse rides, I always chose to stay wary of my surroundings and plan ahead for any and all attacks that may come from any and all directions. I believe it is a part of virtue to remain aware and agile. With a student in Humanities, I would compare this habit of mine to staying on one's toes in any situation. You must not crumble under pressure or panic when things do not go the way they should have. I believe in being prepared and having control over any situation, which is why I wrote The Prince. I strongly believed in the characteristics needed for being a great and strong leader in any arena. I, Dr. Faustus, may be a fictional character, but there are many characters in literature that followed a similar path, also known as Faustian characters. My character was brought about during a time where many people were on the quest for knowledge, while many others were still content with knowing what they know in a more church-dominated society. My want for more power and knowledge offered a theme of greed and consequence. After reading my tragedy, it is a hope that finding the balance between being temporarily content and pursuing more knowledge can be met. Descartes, 1596 to 1650. Bonjour, je m'appelle René Descartes. My work, Discourse on Method, proposed the idea of higher thinking and alternative thought on education and knowledge. I am well taught in the sciences and mathematics, but I felt as if I had not learned anything, truly learned anything in all my schooling, but rather learned how to learn. I contributed greatly to scientific progression with physics, optics, and even the concept of the rainbow. After all my teachings, though, I decided to start anew and travel. I feel that many university students of my time, as well as students of today, feel that they have not learned substantial material after finishing their studies and often do not seek anything more than that. But after my schooling, I decided to go out into the world and truly learn. Voltaire, 1694 to 1778. I, Voltaire, brought forward the concept of the modern novel of the fiction variety. Candide, one of my favorite works, introduced fiction as a genre and is one that evolved quickly into something that many modern individuals are very fond of. With my novel came joy and also a form of satirical humor for my readers. I wrote the novel in such a way as to criticize social norms and express the dissatisfaction I felt for society during my time, what with their pompous attitudes and vulgar ways. Though I suppose I am not too different. Mary Shelley, 1797 to 1851. As an educated woman of my time and as the daughter of Mary Wollstonecraft, I believe I represented an early feminist figure in a time heavily dominated by a masculine society. And by the looks of it, not much has else changed today in 2014. But anyway, my work of Frankenstein offered a theme of alienation and prejudice in society. Without it, two things may have happened. One, the horror genre would have had an absence of my monster and the devilish Dr. Frankenstein, who doesn't love my classic story of the Frankenstein monster, even if the modern adaptation strays from my original story. And two, students in the humanities would not have learned about the devastating effects of alienation and the implications of what it truly means to be a human being.
The theory of evolution is a subject of which many people are supportive, and of which many people are opposed. No matter, it propels the scientists of my time to consider the theories I was proposing, and it brought a new science to the field. I am well versed in the teachings of theology, but chose to pursue a deeper meaning of life and how it came to be. Speaking of life, I chose to report my findings near the end of mine, just in case. Hello, my name is Sigmund Freud, and I am the founder of psychoanalysis. Without my findings and proposals and theories, modern psychiatry and psychology would have been a large absent chunk in the research, treatment, and diagnoses, and in the teachings for academics. As I am very well aware, many people are not accepting of my theory of psychoanalysis, and perhaps they are the ones who would benefit most from "Tell me about your mother." I made advances in the sciences and contributed a great amount of research to the field of psychology, as well as in neuroanatomy and other disciplines in the medical field. Through my work and my books, I inform society of repression and of their own inner selves, or subconscious. With this knowledge, the field of psychology is better able to analyze and treat mental illnesses and disorders.
And finally, some closing thoughts. The Humanities course gives us an overall survey of humankind and the reasons for the way we act the way we do. We learned about revolutions and innovations and discoveries, and all those things brought us where we are today. Without the mathematicians and philosophers and the writers of the world, our planet would be a very, very dull place.